The glitz and glamour of the American Music Awards took an unexpected turn when former royals Prince Harry and Meghan Markle arrived on the red carpet, only to be met with a wave of boos, jeers, and visible public hostility. What was meant to be another image-building moment for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex quickly devolved into an awkward and public repudiation, with critics pointing to Meghan Markle's increasingly polarizing presence in American media and culture as the root cause of the hostile reception. The boos began the moment the couple's black SUV pulled up to the red carpet. Despite arriving fashionably late, perhaps hoping to make a grand, attention-stealing entrance, Harry and Meghan were immediately greeted by a mix of stunned silence, audible jeering, and calls of "go home" from a segment of the audience. Videos shared across social media platforms like X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok showed Meghan visibly bristling, her trademark smile faltering as she clutched Harry's arm. Harry, in contrast, seemed rattled but attempted to maintain a stoic demeanor. What should have been a moment of triumph for the couple became instead a spectacle of public rejection. The incident was not without context. In recent months, Meghan Markle has come under increasing scrutiny in both the United States and the United Kingdom. Many have accused her of being opportunistic, leveraging her royal title to secure lucrative Netflix deals, podcast contracts, and speaking engagements, while simultaneously criticizing the very institution that granted her the fame she now profits from. Critics argue that Meghan has carefully crafted a victim narrative, portraying herself as a target of systemic racism and media persecution, all while enjoying the very spotlight she claims to disdain. Further inflaming tensions was Meghan's reported demand to be treated as Hollywood royalty at the AMAs. According to insiders, her team insisted on a private dressing area, additional security, and that she be seated among the A-list elite despite not being a performer, presenter, or nominee. She wanted the Beyoncé treatment, one event staffer said anonymously. There was an air of entitlement from her team that rubbed everyone the wrong way. It's like she forgot this was a music awards show, not a coronation. Adding to the resentment was Meghan's recent foray into the world of music and entertainment, not as an artist, but as a self-styled cultural authority. Her Spotify podcast, Archetypes, which was abruptly canceled after just one season despite a multi-million-dollar deal, failed to connect with listeners and drew criticism for being shallow and self-aggrandizing. When Spotify executive Bill Simmons called the couple grifters in a viral podcast episode last year, many in the industry quietly nodded in agreement. Now, their appearance at an event like the AMAs with no clear reason for attending only added fuel to the fire. Public sentiment appears to be shifting. Once viewed as brave whistleblowers standing up to a centuries-old monarchy, Harry and Meghan are increasingly seen as out-of-touch elites trying to profit from controversy. And Meghan, in particular, has drawn ire for her perceived manipulation of feminist and racial justice narratives to further her brand. As one social media commenter wrote, she weaponizes identity to silence criticism, then turns around and demands to be treated like a queen. Perhaps most damaging is the perception that Meghan Markle has miscalculated her appeal to the American public. While she and Harry may have found temporary refuge in California's celebrity circles, the broader American audience appears to be growing weary of their contradictions. One moment, they claim to crave privacy. The next, they're on stage at high-profile events or fronting documentaries. The AMA incident served as a visceral reminder that public sentiment is not easily manufactured, and that audiences, particularly in the social media age, are quick to turn when they sense inauthenticity. Even within the celebrity community, whispers of discontent are growing. Sources close to the production team at the AMAs reported that several performers were confused and annoyed by the couple's presence, with at least one prominent artist allegedly refusing to be photographed near them. It felt like they were hijacking the event to stay relevant, said a source affiliated with a major music label. Despite the chilly reception, Meghan reportedly insisted that the evening had been a success, a claim contradicted by the body language and rushed exit caught on camera after the couple's brief appearance. The backlash online was swift and brutal, with hashtags like #BooMeghan and #NotOurRoyals trending within hours. Some analysts even speculate that the couple's continued efforts to insert themselves into pop culture spaces could backfire catastrophically, potentially alienating even the remaining supporters they have left. In a world increasingly skeptical of celebrity activism and faux humility, the events of the American Music Awards may mark a turning point for Meghan Markle. What was once framed as a noble departure from tradition now looks more like a calculated media strategy gone awry. And if the boos are any indication, the public may be done applauding. The American Music Awards incident didn't just expose public fatigue, it signaled a growing cultural shift. Once protected by the sheen of royal mystique and progressive narratives, Meghan now finds herself facing a reckoning. The boos weren't just about a red carpet appearance, they were a referendum on her entire brand. To many, Meghan no longer represents empowerment or reinvention. Instead, she embodies what critics describe as curated victimhood, veiled entitlement, and relentless self-promotion under the guise of social justice. Even staunch supporters are beginning to question the sincerity behind her public appearances. Why, they ask, do Meghan and Harry consistently attend events outside their realm of relevance only to cry foul when faced with criticism? Why demand royal treatment at non-royal functions if their exit from the monarchy was supposedly rooted in the desire for normalcy and peace? If the Sussexes hope to reshape their image as influential, relatable voices in American culture, this incident may have done the opposite. The AMAs were not just another red carpet event, they were a mirror reflecting back the uncomfortable truth that the couple's narrative might finally be wearing thin. And for Meghan Markle, the American dream she sought to redefine may be slipping out of reach.